It is hardly an exaggeration to say that oral teachers and sign teachers found it difficult to sit down in the same room without quarreling, and there was intolerance upon both sides. To say oral method to a sign teacher was like waving a red flag in the face of a bull, and to say sign language to an oralist aroused the deepest resentment. Dumbness comes from the fact that a child is born deaf and that it consequently never learns how to articulate, for it is by the medium of hearing that such instruction is acquired. Can imagination picture what the future of this invention is to be? We may talk by light to any visible distance without any conduction wire. In general science, discoveries will be made by the photophone that are undreamed of just now. Another discovery which came out of my investigation was the fact that when a man gives his order to produce a definite result and stands by that order, it seems to have the effect of giving him what might be termed a second sight, which enables him to see right through ordinary problems. To my delight, he came and declared that he had heard and understood what I said. I asked him to repeat the words. He answered, "You said, Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." A person without a practical end in view becomes a crank or an idiot. Such persons fill our asylums. I have heard articulate speech produced by sunlight. I have heard a ray of the sun laugh and cough and sing. I have been able to hear a shadow, and I have even perceived by ear the passage of a cloud across the sun's disk. The final result of our researches has widened the class of substances sensitive to light vibrations until we can propound the fact of such sensitiveness being a general property of all matter. There are two critical points in every aerial flight: its beginning and its end. I have had the feeling that a properly constructed flying machine should be capable of being flown as a kite, and conversely, that a properly constructed kite should be capable of use as a flying machine when driven by its own propellers. Educate the masses, elevate their standard of intelligence, and you will certainly have a successful nation. I have traveled around the globe. I have seen the Canadian and American Rockies, the Andes, the Alps and the Highlands of Scotland, but for simple beauty, Cape Breton outrivals them all. America is a country of inventors, and the greatest of inventors are the newspapermen. Neither the Army nor the Navy is of any protection, or very little protection, against aerial raids. The nation that secures control of the air will ultimately control the world. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success. My knowledge of electrical subjects was not acquired in a methodical manner but was picked up from such books as I could get hold of and from such experiments as I could make with my own hands. Perseverance must have some practical end, or it does not avail the man possessing it. Be not the first by whom the new are tried, nor yet the last to lay the old aside. All really big discoveries are the results of thought. We so often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door, that we do not see the ones which open for us. God has strewn our paths with wonders, and we certainly should not go through life with our eyes shut. We are all too much inclined, I think, to walk through life with our eyes shut. There are things all around us and right at our very feet that we have never seen because we have never really looked. The only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. I may be given credit for having blazed the trail, but when I look at the subsequent developments I feel the credit is due to others rather than to myself. The period that marks the incipiency of the telephone extends from the year 1874 to 1877. It was in 1877 that the telephone really began its commercial career. Boston is par excellence the home of the telephone, for it was here that all the apparatus was made and where the important experiments went on. To tell you the truth, as a practical man, I did not believe it. As a theoretical man, I saw a speaking telephone and that theoretically we had the means of reproducing speech in distant places. The results would be considered very unsatisfactory at the present time, yet, encouraged by the results, poor as they were, I went ahead immediately to prepare specifications for a patent. In the case of new inventions, we are generally led to believe that the public is ready to swallow anything, but that grave scientific men are the most skeptical of all. I found this not to be true in the case of the telephone. On April 4, 1877, was opened the first telephone line, the first line specially built for telephonic purposes. It simply connected the office of Mr. Charles Williams, Jr., in Boston, with his house in Somerville. I had made up my mind to find that for which I was searching, even if it required the remainder of my life. After innumerable failures, I finally uncovered the principle for which I was searching, and I was astounded at its simplicity. Neither Mabel nor I care much about going, but we realize that our opportunities for traveling with our children grow less every year. Elsie is over 20 years of age and Daisy more than 18. How much longer will we be able to keep them with us? Which one do you like? Comment below. Thank you.